In recent weeks, the relationship between U.S. President Donald Trump and Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has garnered significant attention, particularly following their high-profile meeting on April 26, 2025, at the Vatican during the funeral of Pope Francis. This encounter, their first face-to-face since a contentious Oval Office meeting in February, marked a critical moment in ongoing efforts to broker a peace deal between Ukraine and Russia. The interaction, set against a backdrop of escalating geopolitical tensions, has sparked widespread discussion about the future of U.S.-Ukraine relations, the war in Ukraine, and the broader implications for international diplomacy. This video explores the dynamics of the Trump-Zelensky relationship, the outcomes of their recent meeting, and the broader context of their diplomatic efforts, drawing on recent news reports. A tense history and a symbolic meeting. The relationship between Trump and Zelensky has been fraught with challenges. Their February 2025 Oval Office meeting devolved into a heated exchange, with Trump and Vice President J.D. Vance criticizing Zelensky for not expressing sufficient gratitude for U.S. military and financial aid. Reports indicate that Trump told Zelensky he lacked the leverage to repel Russia's invasion, while Vance accused Ukraine of ingratitude for billions in U.S. support. This public fallout strained their rapport, with Zelensky defending Ukraine's sovereignty and constitutional stance, particularly regarding Crimea, which Russia illegally annexed in 2014. The April 26 meeting at St. Peter's Basilica offered a chance to reset this tense dynamic. Described as very productive by a White House official, the 15-minute discussion focused on ceasefire possibilities in Ukraine's defense needs. Zelensky called the meeting symbolic and expressed hope that it could become historic if it led to tangible results, such as a lasting peace. The setting, amid world leaders mourning Pope Francis, lent the encounter a dramatic and symbolic weight, with photos of Trump and Zelensky in deep conversation circulating widely. The presence of other leaders, including French President Emmanuel Macron and British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, underscored the global stakes of their dialogue. A central issue in the Trump-Zelensky discussions has been the status of Crimea. Trump has publicly suggested that Zelensky is prepared to cede Ukraine's claim to the peninsula as part of a ceasefire deal with Russia, a claim Zelensky has repeatedly rejected. In a News Nation town hall on April 30, 2025, Trump reiterated his belief that Zelensky might be open to this concession, despite Zelensky's insistence that Crimea remains the property of the Ukrainian people under international law and Ukraine's constitution. This discrepancy highlights a fundamental tension: Trump's push for a rapid resolution versus Zelensky's commitment to Ukraine's territorial integrity. Trump's broader peace plan, described by some as favorable to Moscow, includes recognizing Russia's 2014 annexation of Crimea and urging both Russia and Ukraine to negotiate swiftly. On April 28, Trump told reporters he wanted a deal within 2 weeks or less, though he later softened this deadline. Following the Vatican meeting, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced a temporary ceasefire, which some attributed to Trump's diplomatic pressure. However, Trump expressed skepticism about Putin's commitment to peace, noting in a Truth Social post that Russia's recent missile strikes on Ukrainian civilians suggested Putin might be tapping me along. This shift in tone from optimism about a quick deal to questioning Putin's intentions reflects the complexity of mediating the conflict. The Trump-Zelensky meeting elicited varied responses. In Ukraine, where Trump's popularity has waned due to his perceived pro-Russia leanings, some saw his criticism of Putin's missile strikes as a positive shift. Zelensky's team emphasized the meeting's potential to achieve peace through strength, with Deputy Prime Minister Yulia Sviridenko echoing this sentiment. Internationally, leaders like Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni praised the symbolism of Trump and Zelensky discussing peace at the Pope of Peace's funeral. However, critics, including former U.S. Ambassador William B. Taylor, argued that Trump's peace plan, particularly the demand to cede Crimea, was designed to fail, as it contradicts Ukraine's political and legal stance. Social media posts on X reflect polarized sentiments. Some users praise Zelensky for standing firm against territorial concessions, with one post declaring support for Ukraine's sovereignty against Trump and Putin's thugs. Others echoed Trump's frustration, accusing Zelenskyy of derailing peace talks by refusing to compromise. These reactions underscore the divisive nature of the U.S.-Ukraine dialogue and the broader debate over how to end the war.